saddest ever stray cat finally gets adopted and now looks completely different. Meet Mr. Bruce Willis, the saddest stray cat, who has completely transformed into a happy cat after getting adopted. Before finding his forever home, the orange tabby cat had to spend 6 years on the streets, lonely and unloved. When he was 6 years old, he was rescued by the Animal Humane Society in Minnesota, United States. The animal shelter cared for him and helped him find a good owner. They shared Bruce's story on social media with the hopes that someone would give him a forever home. Thankfully, after a month, Bruce was adopted by a cat lover named Sandra, who fell in love with him after seeing his touching post. At that moment, she knew she couldn't resist this sad cat. Sandra told Bored Panda, "I saw Mr. Willis the first time in a post that the Animal Humane Society in Minnesota uploaded in August last year. There was something about his eyes that just spoke to me. He looked so sad. I knew I couldn't do anything about it since my lease didn't allow pets and I was also not planning on getting a cat. Even so, I had to go and visit him. He looked even sadder in real life, and I had to leave after only a couple of minutes because it was so heartbreaking. For some reason, I kept going back to visit him. He is FIV positive, which isn't a big deal, but since he was at an animal shelter with lots of other pets, he got an upper respiratory infection. He was really sick for a while. I hoped that someone would adopt him, but he was still there week after week. She convinced her landlord to make an exemption for the apartment's no pet policy. Finally, the landlord agreed, and Sandra was able to bring the cat home. Bruce came to Sandra's home and started a new life as a loving pet. Eventually, I decided to ask my landlord for permission to get him, and he was really surprised when I was granted an exception. I brought him home the following day. He went from being the saddest cat to the happiest one I've seen in only a couple of hours. He purred all night long and wouldn't leave my side. Due to living on the streets for years, Bruce had significant health issues, scars from fights with other cats, a healed injury to his eye, chipped teeth, and testing positive for feline immunodeficiency virus, as well as problems with his immune system. Mr. Willis is FIV positive. It stands for feline immunodeficiency virus, and it's not as scary as it sounds. It basically means that he has a weaker immune system than normal cats. When I first got him, he had a cold, ear infection, and eye infection that he got at the shelter. It was a little harder for him to fight it off because he's FIV positive, but he eventually did, and right now I can't notice his disease at all. I'm just making sure I'm doing what I can to keep him happy and healthy. Despite his sad looks and unfortunate fate, he was the sweetest and most affectionate boy. As Bruce slowly adapts to the new place, he becomes more active. It's been a year since Mr. Willis found love from his new owner, and he's transformed unrecognizably. Sandra shared Bruce's photos on social media, where they have touched millions of hearts. And of course, everyone is glad to see his transformation. She wrote in the post, "It's been a year since I adopted him, and now he is the happiest cat I know. I've had him for a year now, and we've had our ups and downs. He was very sick for a while, and we had to get to the vet all the time. Luckily, he was able to fight off all the infections, and today he's a happy, healthy cat." What do you think? Scroll down to comment below. Don't you forget, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching.